Hello, beautiful spirits. A little food for thought here. And hold on, sorry, I'm pausing something. I think we need to be bringing back the put yourself in somebody else's shoes situation. Because it's going to help you understand the perspective of others if you're having issues. I just had to, unfortunately, unfollow and block somebody that I had known since probably 10, 11 years, because he became so close-minded and so mean and hateful, and used the reason that it's God's will to hate on others. And I'm trying to choose my words carefully here, because when I say this with love, and I don't mean evil intentions. But if you're feeling triggered by what I say, you need to start realizing and thinking, why am I being triggered by this? The amount of hate that is in this world over somebody's color of their damn skin, or if they're wearing a tattoo, or if they have piercings, or if they color their hair, or if they're fat, or if they're different background, different ethnics, different culture, is extremely stupid in my mind. Even when I was a little girl, I always could never understand why somebody would hate somebody else for any of those reasons. It still doesn't make sense to me. I mean, I understand it, but I don't get it. I understand why, because I can see the perspective, and usually it comes down to fear. Either one, they are afraid because they don't understand. So they project that fear as hate. 2, they are jealous because they themselves wish that they could be so open and free and be themselves, but they know, because the people they have surrounded themselves with think like they do, and they have so much self-hatred that they internalize that, and then they project it out onto other people. Or they themselves are not able to express that they are secretly wanting to be, they're trapped in a male's body, or they're trapped in a female's body and they want to be male or female, or they want to be genderless but they don't know how to start that, or they are secretly gay or lesbian or whatever. And then they are jealous that they don't get to express that, and then that's more self-hatred, and then they project that out again. It's either a knowledge issue, or it's some combination of jealousy that turns into fear, that turns into hate. And I need people to start realizing everybody, doesn't matter who they love, their sexual orientation, the color of their damn skin, their cultural background, it doesn't matter. They are human. We are all human. We all deserve equal rights. We all deserve the right to live and breathe and eat and live our lives and do what we want to do, as long as it's not hurting anybody. And it is never hurting anybody for these people to be who they are, for me to be who I am, for anybody to be who they are. It doesn't hurt anybody. And the fact that nobody puts themselves into other people's shoes is insane. You need to start thinking from the other person's perspective. If you were in their situation, how would you feel? I had to screenshot just in case that person decided to go and change what I said. So that way it's very, very straightforward what I said. Basically, he had made a post about, what was it? It was, if an illegal is deported, it's injustice. But if an American child is taken away, then it's for the child's best interest. And I said, excuse me, that is two different things. One, if the child is taken away from an American or whoever here, usually it is by court order, and that means there was some kind of neglect going on. That is a different situation. Now, imagine you are the immigrant or whoever, because I don't believe there should be even immigrants. I think people should be able to live wherever they want to live. We don't own nothing. This is Earth. If you are an immigrant and you are here and you are being deported and all you've been trying to do was put food on the table and be there for your kids and give your kids the best life that you can be, and now you're deported and you're taken away, those kids no longer have that father. That is a different situation, and that is a horrible situation to put families through. And I even put that on there. I said, told him, I'm so disappointed at how close-minded you have become, and how you're using God to back up the reasons why these things are okay when you're not even making the same point across here. You're just trying to cram two different things into one thing. And I even told him to put his self in those people's shoes. I believe everybody should have free healthcare, free housing, free food. You know, I was telling my boyfriend, I said, we deserve all of these basic rights to have because we are human, we live here. I said, now, if somebody wants to go and get plastic surgery, yeah, then the healthcare system shouldn't have to pay for it unless it's like a needed plastic surgery. But if it's just for cosmetic reasons because somebody doesn't like the size of things, you know, then they can go and they can pay for an additional health care to cover that. But otherwise, basic like health needs and, you know, life-saving surgeries and medications and all that stuff should be free. It should be free. And I don't care what anybody else says. Education should be free. Healthcare should be free. Housing should be free. Water should be free. Food should be free. If you need it to live, it should be free, period. No argument about it. If we can spend billions, trillions of dollars having wars and all this other crap, we can put that towards actually helping people. Why are grocery stores not helping, instead of throwing their perfectly good food away in a trash bin, having a once a week or twice a week or whatever it ends up being and needing, where they give away that frickin' food instead of wasting it and then putting somebody in jail because they're dumpster diving to get said food? Are you friggin' kidding me? I am not okay with the way the system has been, and I honestly believe we can't go back to the original way it was because it wasn't benefiting anyone. We were still in the same kind of pain and heartache and struggle. We need a whole new system in place. And don't tell me we don't have the funds, because when we have billionaires and the 1% who are profiting above everything, we have the money. It's just going in the wrong places. It's to line the pockets of people who are selfish and greedy. Plain and simple. If you are triggered by what I say, please start thinking in the perspective of putting yourself in somebody else's shoes. Understand that if you were in the same situation this person is, how would you feel? How would you react? How would you want the system to change? Be a better person. Grow. It is okay to admit that you're wrong. It's okay to change your views, because that's what we need. I have a lot of very strong opinions about all of this, and I come at it from so much love, because I believe if you're human, you're animal, you're living, you're breathing, anything, even this world, we all deserve to protect. We all deserve to live our lives that we need to live. I hope you all have a wonderful, blessed day. Stay beautiful.